Whew. Let's make sure this is rolling. And we're back. Cool. Cool. We're just watching videos again. Just like pretty much what we did yesterday. Yeah, so we have there we go. Oh, and I feel like I should move. Oh, I can't. Hold on. I gotta edit it. What the hell? I just deleted the... Dude, this shit's so confusing. Ugh. Display capture. Bam. Alright. Oh. Oh my god, you really gotta mess me up now. When I'm already... Dude, when it's already streaming... And it decides to cancel out my display capture. What the hell? Alright, remove. Alright, add another one. Alright. Please. It's not fucking working. Oh my god. Oh, well. That's so confusing. But when I put it back over there, it works. Wait, but now my single cameras are working. What the hell? I just can't add it. Oh, I'm being so confusing right now. That's because this shitty shit won't work. Okay, wait. Alright, there we go. I have it now. That's that. That's that. That's that. That's that. We're good. Alright, we're watching What Happened to Disney Infinity. And I used to play this game when I was like 7, 8. Wait, no. It had to be earlier than that. I was probably like 5. I was probably like 5 when I played this game. Alright, 3, 2, 1, go.
In 2013, Disney launched a game that promised to bring their magical worlds to life in ways we had not seen before. To be able to live inside the worlds we saw on the TV, but by 2016, it was all over. What caused the rapid rise and fall of Disney Infinity? The concept for Disney Infinity originated from the popular Toy Box mode
That's from Scott the Woz.
in the Toy Story 3 video game. This mode allowed players to create and customize their own world, sparking the idea for a more expansive experience. Disney Infinity aimed to combine...
Yeah, more expensive. Because you had to buy every single fucking figure. And that dude, that would add up. Like, I couldn't imagine, because it was probably like $12 a figure.
Physical toys with a virtual sandbox...
But wait, hold on, out of these ones? Hold on, wait.
For a more expansive experience. Disney Infinity aimed to combine...
Wait, hold on, I had that one. Well, those ones were in the starter kit. But it was like that one. I had her, wait. I have all the, wait. I had all those, but those were like the beginning ones. Those were like the ones they put out at the start, so that's just the ones I had.
The game featured two main modes, playset and toy box. Playset offered story-driven gameplay based on specific...
I didn't have this. I didn't have the... I think this is the third one. Or was it the second one that was Marvel?
franchises, while Toy Box allowed for open-world creativity and character interaction. This ambitious project tried to appeal to different player preferences. Those who enjoyed story modes could dive into playset mode, while people who enjoyed creating could unleash their imagination.
Yeah, I would use the creative one. That's the only one I used. Was the Toy Box.
Bring their iconic characters and worlds together in an interactive experience. Disney Infinity hit store shelves in
That's cool.
August 2013.
Dude, that's so nostalgic. That's like nostalgic shit. Like the Okay, wait. We can
Disney Infinity
do that, like the gray background with all the characters.
hit
Like,
store shelves in August 2013, launching players into a world where their favorite characters could come to life. The starter pack introduced
correctors.
three iconic figures.
My
Sully
bad.
from Monsters University, Mr. Incredible from
It's Monsters Inc. You fuckhead. It's Monsters, and oh wait, never mind.
The
Wait.
Incredibles,
But yeah,
and Jack
it's
Sparrow
Monsters
from
Inc. Actually.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Each character came with their own unique playset, offering distinct adventures within their
No, it was Monsters University. Monsters University was in the game. I don't know why though. They should have just used the. They should have just used the first one.
respective Disney universe.
Whatever.
The game's dual mode structure set it apart from the other titles on the market. In playset mode, players embarked on story-driven quests specific to each character's world. Sully might navigate the halls of Monster University, while Jack Sparrow sailed the high seas. This
I never
structure
did those. I only ever made shit in the play box.
a traditional gaming experience with defined objectives and narratives. But it was the Toy Box mode that truly showcased Disney.
You know, because wasn't
in
Toy Box like originally in like a Toy Story game, and then they were like, oh, we can just make a whole game out of this.
Innovative spirit.
And that
Players
made
could
that-
mix and match characters, items, and environments from different franchises to create their own unique worlds and games. Want to see Sully driving Cinderella's carriage through a Star Wars-inspired landscape? In Toy Box mode, anything was possible. The game's creativity-focused approach resonated with many players and critics.
Dude, they had so many
Players engaged and constantly
FGTV.
expanding their Toy Box possibilities, Disney Infinity introduced a clever progression system. By playing through playsets or leveling up characters, players earned spins that could be used to unlock additional items for use in Toy Box
What are
mode.
spins?
This created a rewarding loop, incentivizing players to explore all aspects of the game. The visual style of Disney Infinity was another.
Is that
standout
Inside
feature.
Out?
The game adopted a
I didn't even know they had Inside Out. Oh no. No, I knew that. Anger was just on the thing. I'm
simplified art
stupid.
style that allowed characters from various Disney
Dude, I think I've had every single one on the screen except that one, and I just seen it. In Jack Skellington.
Disney and Pixar properties to coexist seamlessly. This deliberate design choice helped unify the gaming experience, creating a cohesive world despite the diverse range of characters and settings. However, Disney Infinity wasn't without its critics. Some players and reviewers
Scott
expressed
was.
frustration with the limitations imposed in playset mode. Characters were restricted to their own franchise's playset, meaning you couldn't team up Mr. Incredible with Jack Sparrow for a pirate adventure. This limitation seemed at odds with the game's promise of infinite possibilities.
Well, obviously, it's not
Financial
gonna be
model
infinite.
Infinity also drew scrutiny. Kevin Van Ord noted, Disney Infinity is a platform designed to keep you spending money. The game's reliance on physical figures and placement.
Wait, that's what the creator said? Or was it just someone? So,
Kevin
like,
Van Ord noted, Disney Infinity
oh, it's just a
is
writer.
a
Never
platform
mind.
designed to keep you spending money. The game's reliance on physical figures and playset pieces meant that expanding your Disney Infinity experience often required additional purchases.
Damn. Yeah, I was right. $13
Expanding your
for
Disney Infinity experience often required
$13 for one of those. Is that on sale too, or is that just like a sign? And then Skylanders $24 for like a pack of them. I don't remember these boxes though. Like these boxes look so bland. I remember them being like better.
additional purchases. For some families, this ongoing cost became a point of concern. Despite these criticisms, Disney Infinity quickly built a passionate community. The ability to share Toy Box creations online fostered a sense of collaboration and
It was like
freedom to
2013. They couldn't.
Kids and adults alike
Well, I guess,
delighted in showcasing their most imaginative designs while also drawing inspirations from the others' creations. As players dove
Oh wait, yeah,
deeper into
2013. No, they could.
They discovered the game.
I was thinking of 2003. No, 2013. You could post on
impressive
YouTube.
depth. The Toy Box mode in particular offered tools sophisticated enough to create entire games within the game. From simple racetracks to complex adventure quests, the community's creations showcased the true potential of Disney Infinity's creative tools. The game's initial success seemed to validate Disney's ambitious vision. By combining physical toys with virtual worlds, they created a
500
platform that
million?
drew collectors, gamers, and Disney fans alike. Cross-generational appeal.
Wait, hold on. I'm actually curious. How much did it make? It was probably a few million. I mean, obviously a few million. But how much did I can't fucking type? Did Disney make? 1 billion. $1 billion. There's no way. There's no wait. Hold on. How much did like Skylanders? 3 billion. Skylanders made fucking 3. Well, I guess that's not that surprising. No, I was more surprised about the 1 billion from
Was evident,
Disney.
with parents and children able to enjoy the game together, each finding aspects that resonated with their interests. With the success of Disney Infinity 1.0, expectations were high for the next installment. In 2014, Disney unveiled Disney Infinity 2.0, bringing a new universe of characters to the franchise, Marvel superheroes. The addition of Marvel's characters was a game changer. Players could now step into the shoes of iconic heroes like Iron Man, Thor, and Black Widow. This expansion tapped into the massive popularity of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, attracting a whole new audience to the Disney Infinity platform. Disney Infinity 2.0 didn't just add new characters, it also introduced significant improvements to the gameplay mechanics. Combat systems were enhanced, allowing for more dynamic and engaging battles. This was particularly important for Marvel characters whose superpowers needed to feel impactful and true to their comic book origins. The character roster became more diverse.
Yeah, dude, making a Infinity character out of each Marvel character, like just like immediately immediately multiplies how many were originally by like 2.
And abilities. From the agility of Spider-Man to the raw strength of Hulk, each character felt unique and fun to control. This diversity extended to the environments as well, with new Marvel-themed playsets offering fresh landscapes to explore. However, the focus on Marvel came with some drawbacks. Many players felt that Disney Infinity 2.0 lacked Disney-themed content, a stark contrast to the
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was like literally only Marvel, like nothing else. But at the same time, wait, no, because wasn't it one point or the original was like, because like the original was like Disney, Pixar, whatever, and then the next one was like literally all Marvel, and then the next one wasn't it like just Star Wars, like pretty much mainly Star Wars. So I mean, I guess it's not that bad, but like, it's not even they're Disney franchises, but not like originally Disney franchises. I don't know.
game's balance of Disney properties. The starter pack, which included Iron Man, Thor, and Black Widow,
That's not the
was
starter
firmly rooted
pack
in
I
the
had for
story.
2.0. I had the it was like black. Wait, no, it was Stitch and what the hell else did it come with? I want to say Black Widow, but I'm pretty sure it didn't. Maybe it was just Stitch. It might have been just Stitch. I did not mean to open files. What the hell? I don't know. Anyways,
Potentially alienating fans who were interested in traditional Disney characters. This shift in focus was reflected in the available playsets. Disney Infinity 2.0 featured 3 playsets, all centered around Marvel franchises. While these offered exciting new adventures for
what's this
superhero
game?
fans,
Infinity. It's
they
like
left a little room for
pretty much Skylanders but Disney.
Disney magic that had been the cornerstone of the original game. The limited starter pack offerings also drew criticism. Unlike the first game, which provided 3 playsets in starter pack, Disney Infinity 2.0 only included 1. This decision reduced the initial variety
Wait, only included what?
Offerings also drew criticism. Unlike the first game, which provided 3 playsets in Starter Pack, Disney Infinity 2.0 only included 1. This decision reduced the initial variety of gameplay experiences available to new players, potentially impacting the game's value proposition. Despite these criticisms, Disney Infinity 2.0 did introduce some welcome features. The addition of crossover coins allowed players to use Marvel characters across different playsets, although many felt this mechanic was underutilized. The Toy Box mode also saw expansion, with new creative tools and options that allowed players to build even more complex and engaging environments. The introduction of Toy Box games provided players with new minigame experiences. These bite-sized adventures aim to offer quick, accessible gameplay options. However, they received mixed reviews, with some players finding them lacking in depth and engagement. As Disney Infinity
Yeah, like
2.0
look how bland that shit looks. Like, I don't know.
finding them
Also, wait, how are they gonna have all these characters on it, and then only have Spider-Man? And not only that, PS Vita or PlayStation Vita, they had this on the PlayStation Vita.
and engagement. As
How
Disney
do they even
Infinity
do that?
2.0
How do you
highlighted
connect?
its impact on
How do you
the
connect that to the
franchise's
Vita?
popularity and sales was notable. The inclusion of Marvel characters undoubtedly attracted new players and boosted initial sales. However, the shift in focus
This is what I imagine the fucking
undoubtedly
Marvel
attracted
fans look like. That only bought this game for the
risk
Marvel.
alienating some
Okay, I
players
can't even
who
find the.
have been drawn to Disney-centric nature of the first
Whatever.
game. This rapid expansion of the Disney Infinity universe, while exciting, also hinted at potential issues. The focus on Marvel, while commercially appealing, began to stretch the game's identity. Was Disney Infinity primarily a Disney game, a Marvel game, or something in between? This identity crisis would only deepen as the franchise continued to expand.
I feel like it's
production
more
costs
Pixar. Hold on, if I can go back.
game, or
Hold on.
something in between. This
Because if you go to this, Pixar, Disney,
crisis would only deepen as the
and then the
franchise
people that come on,
continued to expand.
Disney, Pixar,
The production
I think Pixar back there too.
costs associated with creating new figures and places for an ever-growing roster of characters also began to mount. While the Toys to Life
This is the one that's who is on there. I don't even know what her name is. That was the one I had.
also required significant ongoing investment to maintain and expand.
Yeah.
As Disney Infinity continued to
It's just you
evolve,
have to buy every single. I mean, obviously you don't have to buy every single character, but like if you want to play as every single character, you have to. Imagine how much money that would be. Like $13 times however many characters there were.
the franchise set its sight on the galaxy far, far away.
Galaxy.
2015, Disney Infinity 3.0 launched, introducing the beloved Star Wars.
Yeah, Star
universe
Wars.
to the game.
That was right.
This expansion couldn't have come at a better time, coinciding with the release of Star Wars: The Force Awakens.
That
in
movie was
theaters, which
low-key dog
reignited
shit.
Global interest in the franchise.
It was
The
okay.
addition of Star Wars characters brought a new level of excitement to Disney Infinity. Players could now be
Yeah, this is the one I didn't have, so I could literally have no input on this.
Yoda or pilot the Millennium Falcon as Han Solo. These iconic
I'm not a big Star Wars fan. I've watched, like,
added fresh gameplay experiences that resonate
not that
with
much.
longtime Star Wars fans and newcomers alike. Disney Infinity 3.0 wasn't just adding new characters, it also brought significant improvement to the gameplay's core mechanics.
This like looks like 10 times better than the past two games.
The development
just
team
from
focused
looking at
on
it.
enhancing character animations, resulting in more fluid and lifelike movements. This attention to detail made controlling characters feel more responsive and engaging, addressing criticisms from previous versions. Combat systems also received a major overhaul, particularly to accommodate the lightsaber duels and force powers of the Star Wars characters. The improvements weren't limited to the new additions though. Each existing character from Disney and Marvel universes all benefited from these enhanced mechanics, breathing new life into familiar favorites. The game's content offerings became more diverse with 3.0. While Star Wars was the headline of the edition, Disney didn't neglect its other properties. The game included new playsets based on Pixar's Inside
Oh yeah, there we go. That's the.
and classic Disney animations,
Inside Out
ensuring
one.
a wide range of experiences for all players of all ages and interests. People responded very positively to the enhancements, Disney Infinity 3.0 felt like a more complete and polished experience.
Polished. Hold up, polished.
All ages and interests. People
Are we
responded
just not gonna
positively to the enhancements. Disney Infinity
look at
3.0
how
felt like a more
that's?
complete and polished experience.
Are we not gonna watch the hand movements of
Magic
that ball?
Disney's vast universe more effectively than ever before. However, despite these improvements, some persistent limitations remain. One of the most significant is the restriction on character usage across playsets. While players could now control Luke Skywalker or Darth Vader, they couldn't bring these characters into the world of The Incredibles or Pirates of the Caribbean. This limitation continued to frustrate players who wanted to create a truly unique crossover experience. The introduction of Star Wars to Disney Infinity marked a high point for the franchise, but it also hinted at an underlying issue. As the game expanded to include more and more properties, the costs associated with producing new figures and playsets continued to rise. Each new character required extensive development time from design to programming, and the physical production of the toys themselves added a layer of expense. Moreover, the Toys to Life genre, which Disney Infinity had popularized, was showing signs of saturation. Competitors like Skylanders and LEGO Dimensions were vying for shelf space and consumer
I completely forgot about Lego Dimensions. That's
dollars.
dude, that was
Becoming
fun.
crowded, and maintaining growth in such
I'd
an
I'd
environment
I'd go to say this was better than
proved
Disney.
challenging. These factors began to put pressure on Disney Infinity's team. While the game was still popular, the question of stability loomed large. Could Disney continue to invest in new content at the same rate? Would the market support an ever-expanding lineup of characters and playsets? As players immersed themselves in Star Wars galaxies of Disney Infinity 3.0, few realized that the franchise was approaching a critical juncture. The game had reached new heights of popularity and quality, but the underlying business model was under strain. The coming months would prove crucial in determining the future of Disney Infinity. As Disney Infinity reached new heights with its third installment, storm clouds were gathering on the horizon. The game's popularity had soared with the addition of Star Wars characters, but beneath the surface, troubling signs were emerging. Sales figures for Disney Infinity began to decline. Despite the excitement surrounding the Star Wars expansion, this downturn wasn't unique to Disney's offering. The entire Toys to Life market was showing signs of saturation. Consumers who had eagerly embraced the concept just a few years earlier were now faced with an overwhelming array of options, leading to what industry analysts termed genre fatigue. This fatigue manifested in several ways. Parents who had been initially excited about the educational and creative aspects of Toy to Life games were now
What's
feeling
okay? Hold up. There's nothing educational about it. Okay, maybe the toy box thing, but I mean that's not strictly on Toys to Life games. That's just bullshit. There's no educational value
strained.
of
The playset
of
represented another purchase,
Toy to Life games.
and with multiple franchises competing for attention, the costs quickly add up. Children too were beginning to lose interest as the novelty wore off and other gaming trends captured the attention. For Disney, the financial pressures were mounting. The production costs associated with Disney Infinity were substantial, encompassing both the development of the game itself and the manufacturing of physical toys. Each new character required significant investment, from initial designs to final production. While the game had been profitable in the early years, the declining sales meant these costs were becoming increasingly difficult to recoup. The competitive landscape was also shifting. Skylanders, the pioneer of Toys to Life genre, continued to innovate the new gameplay mechanics and character designs. LEGO Dimensions entered the market in 2015, leveraging the immense popularity of LEGO and bringing a fresh approach to the concept. These competitors were not only vying for the market share but also pushing the boundaries of what Toys to Life games could offer. Disney Infinity found itself caught in a difficult position. To maintain interest and compete with other franchises, it also needed to continue expanding its roster of characters and playsets. However, each new addition came with a significant cost and diminishing return. As the market became increasingly crowded, the concept of genre fatigue became a critical factor in understanding the decline of Disney Infinity and Toys to Life market as a whole. Consumers who had once marveled at the novelty of bringing physical toys to life in a virtual world were now less impressed. The core gameplay mechanics were still enjoyable, had become familiar, and the excitement of collecting new figures had waned off from.
They had that looks nothing like the like the movie. Even like going into 3D, Those look so cartoony-ish. I guess that's like, I don't know.
For many players. This fatigue compounded by the rapid pace of technological advancements in the gaming industry. Virtual and augmented reality was beginning to offer new ways to interact with digital content, making the Toys to Life concept seem less innovative by comparison. Mobile gaming was also on the rise, offering instant gratification and constant updates without the need for physical purchases. Disney faced a challenging decision. Continuing to invest in Disney Infinity meant pouring resources into a market that shows signs of decline. However, abandoning the project would mean disappointing a dedicated fan base and potentially missing out on future opportunities in the gaming space. The financial realities were stark. Reports indicated that Disney had taken a significant hit, with losses related to Disney Infinity reached $147 million. These figures underscored the high stakes and
W-
a significant hit, with losses related
$147 million off of.
to Disney Infinity.
They spent that much making these characters. I feel like it wouldn't. Well, actually, no, that's a lie.
Reached
Yeah.
$147 million.
That's probably over like a long time too.
In maintaining a Toys to Life franchise, especially for a company of Disney's size and diversity. As Disney weighed its options, the impact of these challenges was felt throughout the company. Avalanche Software, the studio behind Disney Infinity, faced an uncertain future. The teams that had poured their creativity and passion into bringing Disney characters to life in new ways now found themselves questioning the long-term viability of their work. The situation raised broader questions about the nature of gaming trends and challenges of sustaining a franchise in a rapidly evolving industry. Disney Infinity had achieved remarkable success in its early years, but the speed of its decline highlighted the fickle nature of the gaming market. The dream of Disney Infinity came crashing down in May 2016 when Disney announced the cancellation of the franchise. After years of investment,
Wait, when was that?
the dream of Disney Infinity came crashing down in May 2016 when Disney
May 2016. It was really that early?
the cancellation of the
I
franchise.
feel like it was like later, like 2018.
After years of investment and expansion, the company
Because I feel like they were still selling figures, like 2019, 2018.
on its ambitious Toys to Life venture.
Maybe not. I don't know.
Perhaps the most heartbreaking aspect of Disney Infinity's cancellation was the unrealized potential of its future plans. Disney Infinity 4.0 was already in development when the axe fell, promising to address many of the criticisms leveled at the previous iterations. The centerpiece of this new version was a cross-franchise campaign, finally allowing characters from different Disney properties to interact in story-driven adventures. This feature would have fulfilled the long-held dream of many fans to see their favorite characters from various universes come together in meaningful
Ooh.
ways. Other planned
Whoops.
improvements for Disney Infinity 4.0
So, I mean, I'm kind of done with that video. Wait, how does that add up? 1.2 million views, but only 3.5k subscribers. I was the game director for 4 Disney Infinity playsets, Lone Ranger, Avengers, and Set of Hundred. I much appreciate this video. One additional fun fact about Disney Infinity is that after Avalanche was closed by Disney, it was later reopened under WB's management. The development team then went on to create Hogwarts Legacy. Whoa. I've heard, reopened under HB's management. Wait, Avalanche made Hogwarts Legacy? I didn't know that. We got a few videos that we can watch. Let's go for the... what did these books really mean?
Gruffalo by Julia Donaldson.
Okay, can we pause? Thanks. Just take that off the playlist. and then you start adding more
It's one
because.
of the best-selling children's books of all time. Most people read it or consume.
Wait, the Gruff.
Gruffalo by Julia Donaldson is
I don't
one
think
of the
I've ever read
best-selling
that.
children's books of all time. Most people read it or consumed
I
it
feel like I read it in.
when
We read it in like
was
kindergarten,
in their childhood.
but
It was
like.
first published in 1999, and while the main themes are simple enough to pick up on, a lot of young readers didn't recognize its darker, hidden messages. The story goes as follows. A mouse travels through a forest in search of some different food. On his journey, he's approached by various hungry predators, a fox, an owl, and a snake. In an effort to save himself, he makes up an imposing, monstrous creature called the Gruffalo, and his descriptions are enough to scare them off. While the mouse doesn't actually believe the beast exists, he ends up being approached by one at the end and tells it that he's actually the most fearsome creature in the forest. He asks that the Gruffalo follow him back as proof, which it does, and the predators cower in fear at the sight of the monster, while the Gruffalo thinks they're hiding from the mouse. This is enough to scare off the Gruffalo, and the mouse enjoys his meal in peace. Now the moral is clearly that brains and wit can be a stronger tool than
Wait, they made
violence,
like an animated version of this.
and power. While some have
That just does not look like fur.
and wit can be a
That's just
stronger
not
tool
fur.
than violence and power. While some have criticized the book for glorifying the act of lying at a young age, others speculate that the
Yeah, how? What is the meaning of this book? Lie and you get your way.
mouse in the story is actually a metaphor for smaller, less powerful nations using propaganda to intimidate larger forces and manipulate public perception. The mouse is motivated by a desire for more. He's in search of different food because what he has in his part of the forest isn't enough. And such greed could be a gateway to authoritarianism. The mouse is painted as the good guy because he only lied to protect himself, though it was greed that compelled him to begin with. But if you really want to change the way you look back on
Oh, I
your
remember these. I remember those
then
books.
what if Piggy from Elephant and Piggy was never actually real? Mo Willems was an author that I'm sure most people read at some point, even if you didn't realize it. His iconic book, Don't Let the
Oh.
Pigeon Drive the Bus, is
Yeah, I remember that.
recognizable. And his stories were very surface level, but he'd insert little details like a pigeon being hidden in almost all his books. And while that was very on the nose, there were more subtle clues in the subtext of some of these narratives. The theory sounds pretty tinfoil.
You know what this reminds me of? Like Bruce do. Just that it reminds me of like Michael.
At face value, but there's a good amount of evidence to support it. Elephant and Piggy first debuted in 2007, and it follows two central protagonists. Gerald the elephant is characterized by being the rational, cautious one who constantly overthinks everything. This is represented even in his physical appearance. He's an elephant, large, heavy, and slow, which symbolizes the stressful weight of overthinking.
Large, heavy, and slow.
Glasses, which could represent his need for clarity and perceiving reality. Piggy, on the other hand, is spontaneous, optimistic, fearless. She's driven entirely by having fun and exercising emotional freedom. Gerald's also a real name, while the pig is just named Piggy. Piggy is constantly trying to push the elephant into being more confident and doing things that he's not comfortable with, like going to parties, but Gerald remains skeptical. The theory suggests that Piggy is the manifestation of what Gerald wants to be, but doesn't have the mental strength to do so, maybe as a result of some past trauma. And yeah, if you haven't picked up on it already, like a kid's version of Fight Club, Tyler Durden is everything that the narrator is not, and drives him forward in a similar way. In one of the entries of the series,
Are we really comparing this children's book to Fight Club?
acts like a frog, and Gerald is immediately convinced that Piggy could have suddenly taken on a new form. He becomes genuinely distressed, stating that he was sure 5 minutes ago she was a pig, talking to himself as if Piggy wasn't even there and his mind was playing tricks on him. Usually they just interact with each other and a few other characters, but occasionally there's a meta moment where they directly identify the reader. Specifically,
I just want to be read.
we are in a book. Gerald randomly goes, "I think someone is looking at us." Piggy never realized this until Gerald pointed it out, and then she noticed right away. Gerald finds out the book is going to end at some point, which leads to him freaking out and having an existential crisis. The final book released in 2016 and was titled The Thank You Book. Piggy goes on a thanking spree, showing their appreciation for all the characters that have made appearances. Piggy is
Oh, is it like his
taking
last
stage
book or
doing
something?
all the
Or
talking
like his
for
last book
Gerald
ever?
up until the very end, where Gerald is the one that recognizes one last person. The only one that Gerald addresses is the reader. Gerald tells Piggy that she did a great job thanking everyone, and Piggy says it was all thanks to Gerald. This is a weird line to end with because, again, it was Piggy that did all the talking. Unless she didn't. This whole finale could be seen as Piggy finally being let go.
What, like, Piggy's the puppet of him, and or Gerald, and Gerald's getting Piggy to do everything. Say the N-word, cuh. Okay.
Because Gerald becomes self-aware and doesn't need her anymore, while the reader serves as a representation of the outside world or even God to him. A lot of famous picture books about behavior center around a character who's such an exaggerated troublemaker that it forces the reader to take on the role of a parent
Well, like
or
Caillou.
teacher and sympathize with the characters who had to discipline them. No David.
I'm not going to. That wasn't the plan. I'm not saying the N-word.
Or don't let the pigeon drive the bus. But some authors took it in a different direction with stories that challenged authority. In particular, Click Clack Moo, Cows That Typed by Doreen Cronin. The story is really simple.
I've never read this one either. It looks familiar. Like I've probably seen it in like a library or something, but never read it.
Decide they're not satisfied with their working conditions and the barn is too cold at night. So they use an old typewriter to request electric blankets, and when the farmer refuses, they go on strike, denying him any...
How do they know what electric blankets are? Don't say the N-word. You can get canceled. I think I know that.
This inspires the
I think I know
to go on strike, so he doesn't
to just
have milk or
not say it,
Eventually, the
because
farmer gets a message
if you couldn't tell.
from the duck, a neutral party, requesting the blankets in exchange for the typewriter. He complies, but the next day he gets a note from the ducks asking for a diving board for their pond. It's a lighthearted story about negotiating and having...
I just went from four people watching down to 1. I'm not racist, I swear. I'm not racist, I'm sorry.
To learn about Marxism and labor exploitation, which is why some have
I just don't want to.
more
I just don't want to say it.
extreme
Okay, hold on. I just skipped like half of this.
refuses, they go
I
on
need to
strike,
pay attention.
denying him any more milk. This inspires the hens to also go on strike so he doesn't have milk or eggs. Eventually, the farmer gets a message from the duck, a neutral party, requesting the blankets in exchange for the typewriter. He complies, but the next day he gets a note from the ducks asking for a diving board for their pond. It's a lighthearted story about negotiating and having a voice, but it's aimed at ages 3 through 8, a pretty early stage to learn about Marxism and labor exploitation, which is why some have suggested it had other, more extreme agendas. Perhaps the book is amusing and filled with laughter, but teaching our children how to strike and how to organize and create a union is wrong. We are a capitalist society. Liberals and progressives are now aiming at your children, much the same that the German governments did in the 1930s. Wow, does history repeat itself, or what? Do yourselves a favor and educate yourselves to what collective socialist progressives are trying to do to you and your children before it's too late. The book is a lesson about socialism. It's about trade negotiation and has no lesson about how to be a respectful son or daughter, be a good
Why do I sound like a chipmunk? Wait, are we good now? Wait, there's no weird noise. Cause I'm watching the live stream right now. I think we're good. Why do I sound like a chipmunk? All right, we're good. We're good. What's good? M4. I got, yeah, I know, I gotta lock in. Then we can hear you now. Yeah. All right. Cool.
Good friend to get along.
I forgot. Wait, what was it?
Others
Okay, wait,
to
what are these
share
videos really mean?
How to love the people around us or how to love ourselves. Most of Cronin's other work is very inoffensive and kid-friendly, so it's unclear what.
I mean, it's not really offensive. It's not really offensive. It's just a weird.
Were with the book. It was probably just another
Still weird,
unserious story featuring farm animals, though that didn't stop parents from
Thing.
being paranoid about it indoctrinating children with socialist ideals. The rainbow fish had a similar effect and is even more controversial.
I remember reading this book, but I have no clue.
The
What I
story of
forgot what it was
Colorful
about.
Fish gives away all his scales to the other fish who were jealous of him, and it makes him feel fulfilled. It was intended to promote generosity and selflessness, but the book's been criticized, especially in conservative circles, for pushing a communist agenda.
The idea that it is absolutely moral, that if somebody
It's a book.
comes to you and asks for something,
It's a
you're
book,
now supposed
bro.
to give away everything that you have earned, and this is somehow good for society. Pretty, like, I have serious moral
I don't know.
objections with Rainbow Fish, which makes it a perfect SJW book. It's very
Like I had some of the
popular.
I don't know.
A Bad Case of Stripes by David Shannon was one.
Like I don't think it's supposed to be taken that seriously. Like when you're 5 and you have a box of crayons, like passing them out isn't gonna be a good idea, or isn't gonna be like a morally wrong bad idea. Like it's not gonna show you for when you get older.
One that didn't exactly have an underlying political message and actually had some really strong, clever themes. Yet it still managed to traumatize countless young readers since it was published in 1998. It has some of the most grotesque, unsettling imagery of any children's book, and if you didn't know what it was about, you wouldn't even think it was meant for kids. People who grew up reading it were so distracted by the jarring artwork that it was easy to miss the point of the story and overlook some of the symbolism. It's a book about personal identity. A girl named Camila Cream loves lima beans, but she's too scared to admit it because she thinks everyone will make fun of her. But suppressing these feelings leads to her waking up one morning with colored stripes all over her body. When she goes to school, all her classmates ridicule her, yelling out various shapes and
I gotta lock in.
scared to admit it because she thinks everyone will make fun of her. But suppressing these feelings leads to her waking up one morning with colored stripes all over her body. When she goes to school, all her classmates ridicule her, yelling out various shapes and
Yeah, see you. Wait, it's working again. Let's go. All right, every time it does that, just let me know, and all I have to do is unplug it and plug in my mic again.
Colors they give
Anyways, what I was saying before my mic just happened to interrupt me. I think it's this wire. I'm pretty sure I gotta get a new cord. Anyways, I feel like that's not a bad. You didn't hear what he said. I'll
everyone
replay
will
it.
make fun of her. But suppressing loves lima beans, but she's too scared to admit it because she thinks everyone will make fun of her. But suppressing these feelings leads to her waking up one morning with colored stripes all over her body. When she goes to school, all her classmates ridicule her, yelling out various shapes and
Like, I don't think that's too bad of a. I don't think that's too bad of a. I don't know how to use the word, like a metaphor, for like what actually happened, because like. It's showing you how to, like, just to be yourself, and now I only have one person watching. It just went from 5 to 1. Thanks, YouTube.
colors that get projected onto her skin. Throughout the book, doctors and therapists attempt to give her remedies and cure her, but everything they try only makes the condition worse, eventually taking on the shape of her room. It isn't until an older woman visits at the end and offers her lima beans that Camila goes back to her normal self. One detail that's easy to miss is the girl's name, Camila, as in chameleon. The stripes themselves are a uniform pattern. They serve as a motif for conformity. When Camila hides her personality to fit in with everyone else is when the stripes first appear. The doctors and the medicine they give her represent society trying to fix people's differences rather than accepting and celebrating them. All the other patterns and shapes she adopts are the visual representation of letting people code a false identity onto others until they become lost in the act. All the characters wear plain, formal clothing except for the woman at the end. She's wearing bright colors with polka dots and an unconventional hat. The woman is unapologetically herself and is the one that shows Camila how to do the same. Anyway, a few of these were just theories and haven't been confirmed, but I wanted to look at these books in a different light. In most cases,
What a great video. I like that. I like that video a lot. Drop a subscribe and a like. Always it's a people pleaser in this. Yeah, I could see that. I'm trying to just not be a people pleaser. I don't want to download it. I just want to take it off the playlist. What else do we watch? We can watch The Queen of Cringe by Charlie. Let's do that.
JoJo Siwa. Even just saying her name elicits a involuntary response from your body, having your face kind of like crumple up like you just ate a warhead or something really sour. Because you always know when JoJo Siwa's name comes up in conversation, it's something embarrassing. Now, I will say, on my short list of idols, she does make it into the top 5 because I think she is truly the best dog shit dancer.
Wait. Hold on. You will be a lot famous in the year 2031. Only if you don't quit, believe me. What is that? What predicts Social Blade? Dude, Social Blade predicts like the most like outrageous years. Like, cause people, that's like being consistently, but bro, subscribers shoot up, shoot down, shoot left or right. Like, I gotta go back in my timeline. Take care. See ya. Oh wait. Oh, I didn't even. Oh, I gotta go back to my timeline. I didn't even catch that.
Answer this species
Yep.
has ever produced. And I'm
See
big
you in the far future.
enthusiast of bad dancing, so her classic Karma. Always know when JoJo Siwa's name comes up in conversation, it's something embarrassing. Now, I will say, on my short list of idols, she does make it into the top 5 because I think she is truly
Alright, sorry.
The
gotta keep
best
making sure my
dog
mic's
shit
okay.
dancer this species has ever produced. And I am a big enthusiast of bad dancing, so her classic Karma's a Bitch seizure, as well as her guilty pleasure stinky treasure dance routine here. This whole one is a masterpiece, because there's not a single move here that looks good. Especially this finale, this is by far my favorite.
Yeah, when everyone was doing it, but nobody did it for real though. Everybody did it as a joke. Like nobody was like actually doing the karma dance unless you were under the age of 5 on TikTok.
Part where it's kind of like some kind of monster walk,
Like what even is this shit?
where it's kind
What-
of like some kind of monster walk.
Karma Savage.
There's like a walk cycle, a rubber hose cartoon.
Oh yeah, she was a dance
would
monster.
use when a villain shows up to the scene. But the point is, I love bad dancing, and no one does it worse than she does. Many of you know, I'm actually somewhat of a pioneer myself, the creator of the classic Where's My Hug At? And I've actually been in the lab cooking some new stuff. I don't have a name for this yet, but it kind of combines the Habbo Hotel dance animation with a little bit of like robotic Roomba maneuvers, so you can do like little circles with it.
I'm
But
digging
I'm
it.
already getting lost in the sauce. I'm not here to talk about JoJo Siwa's dancing. I'm here to talk about her scamming. You can now pay $900 for the VIP package to be an unpaid roadie for JoJo Siwa.
What's that?
If that sounds familiar, it's because Gene Simmons just announced this exact same deal for $12,500. I made a video on that like 2 weeks ago.
His
So
personal
JoJo
assistant
Siwa
and road
really
for
just
one
took
day.
a page out of Gene fucking Simmons' playbook here. It's almost one-to-one. She copied Gene Simmons' homework. So here's what you get for the VIP package. The Dream Guest Experience. You get 1 general admin ticket. You can watch the show from any designated audience area of your choice. You get an exclusive invitation to JoJo's live show setup before Q&A and sound check.
I'm
with
sorry, but
JoJo.
who wants this? Who? Nobody's going to see that show.
You get to help her
It's
put
literally just gonna be parents with their 5-year-old kids.
together the show with song selection input, which I'm just going to call fucking barnacles on, because there's no way she's going to let any goober who pays $900 for this get to have any say in what she performs. Like, this is definitely already pre-selected.
Does she
shit.
even have like? I know she has a lot of songs, but does she have that many to be like to just not perform
Exclusive
like
autograph
multiple
of
songs?
JoJo memorabilia worn during the show, so you'll get to wear her sweaty clothes that she performed in. Yeehaw! Access to her pre-show sound check and a Q&A. A pre-show meet and greet and a photo opportunity in front of the VIP backdrop, so that way everyone will know you wasted $900 so they can shoot spitballs at you and make fun of you. VIP exclusive merch, a commemorative VIP laminate and lanyard, early entry into the building with priority access, pre-show merch and shopping opportunity, a VIP host. So you're not
Dude, they have enough merch. You do not need to do the pre-show merch.
just-
Like that's one of the dumbest things they have on here. Limited availability. Well, obviously, like it's not like 500 people are gonna go buy the $900 VIP pass.
VIP host. So you're not just working for free, unpaid labor. You are paying to
Oh yeah, and you're doing what assistants? I don't even get it. I don't get what the assistant does. Watch this show. Like this just looks like a VIP package. It doesn't look like anything you have to do with
VIP
the.
host.
being
you're
an assistant.
not just working for free, unpaid labor. You are paying to have the privilege of working for free for JoJo as a roadie. It's a beautiful scam. It really is. And I actually
What's a roadie? I
think
I don't know.
there will be
I
people that
I
will
seriously don't know.
research this. I just have a strong hunch that there actually will be some pitiful souls out there spending $900 to get fucking shit-stained breeches that JoJo wore during the show and setting up the show for her for free. But maybe
Yeah, like
everyone's
who's even
Scrooge.
like JoJo Siwa's big, but who is that big of a fan of JoJo Siwa to shell out $900 for like the most basic and like the most basic VIP package in the world?
Let's hear it from JoJo herself as she tries to sell us on this dream VIP package experience.
Oh, she made a video
Maybe there's more to it than meets the eye.
I mean, there's so much to tease.
on the news. Oh shit.
meets the eye.
I mean, there's so much to tease. I am really excited because I wanted to create a show that wasn't just a concert, right? I have all these songs that I love to sing, but I was like, I want to do something more. I want to create, you know, a
Bro, like, you do not need to do all that. Like, what is this shit?
party environment. I want to create something that feels very, you know, immersive, interactive, intimate. And so I really did that with this show. And so, you know, you're going to get the concert that you want to see, right? But then
How
Yeah, maybe have the audience not be 5-year-olds, and we'll be good. See, the thing is, though, she wanted to have an older audience, but then she released Karma, which is the most 5-year-old song in the world. Like, nobody's, no adult is listening to Karma. I'm telling you that right now.
making a concert
Actually, hold on. Backtrack that. Nobody's listening to Karma, bro.
into a big party, aka what concerts kind of already are in the first place. This is a bunch of mumbo jumbo here. This is gobbledygook. Like, you're just describing a concert.
Yeah, exactly. Like concerts are already like what she's literally explaining,
went to
and
a
then she's.
Deftones concert. That shit was a great big party.
Can you say Deftones?
Describing a concert. I just went to a Deftones concert. That shit was a great big party. It was a lot of fun. I don't exactly know what she's going to do to make it more of a party. I guess maybe she'll toss a beach ball around that everyone can start hitting, and
So
maybe
Metallica
she'll
does.
like plant kegs and beer pong tables and flip cup around there. Like, I have no idea
She's making a frat party.
what she's doing.
Just
to
turn
make
a
it more
JoJo Siwa
party.
turn a JoJo Siwa concert into a frat party.
I couldn't tell you, but I can tell you she so desperately wants to be unique, and it is so cringe how hard she tries to stand
She
out.
tries to be unique, and then she explains what she wants her concert to be, and it's literally just what a basic concert is. Like, it's
Like
nothing
weird
unique.
fashion choices, like really off the wall stuff. She does it on purpose, leaning into it full well knowing people make fun of her for it, but it's just, to me,
Yeah, it's like she wants to be unique, but make the unique good, not make it so that everybody makes fun of you.
kind of sad how hard she
Like, it's like the all attention is good. Wait,
wants to be viewed as like
whatever.
really quirky and zany for the things that she wears when she performs and stuff. So like in here, she's got like the
Hold on, testing the microphone once again. Just... Yeah, so that everybody makes fun of you. All right, we're good.
the football pads on. I don't even really know what that is. It looks like the armor the Saiyans wore, like when Nappa and Vegeta came down and met Goku for the first time. But like if it was set
I don't
in
get
My
that
Little
reference.
Pony universe instead of Dragon Ball.
there's going to be a DJ set run by me. There's going to be an interactive game with the
DJ set, bro. You're performing music. What do you need a DJ set for?
audience where they have a chance to win a sick prize.
It's going to be
Sick prize, and it's like a fucking rubber ducky.
beyond
Like,
sick. It's going to be dope. I have no doubt that prize is going to go ballistic. It'll be like a fucking half-eaten Subway sandwich that she had for lunch that she'll toss into the crowd if you complete her like trivia game or whatever she's going to play with the audience.
And I
oh my god.
read that there is a
I
chance
could.
for
I
us to get
no. It's funny because I could actually imagine that happening.
something personal with you.
There is.
What can you tell us?
There's one, and this is the like most exclusive VIP where you actually are gonna get to come during while we're like loading in the show, and you're gonna get to kind of like help us set it up and make sure things are right and test out, you know, the drum.
Like, how is that cool? Like, why am I paying $900 to help you? Like, can I pay the $900 without doing that? Can we deduct that off the price so I don't have to help?
with me or the DJ booth with me. You're gonna kind of
You're describing a job, JoJo. This
Exactly.
is labor. You're supposed to be paid for these things, not pay for the privilege of doing them for you for free. It's an interesting proposition. Gene Simmons really did just blow open a whole new door for insufferable assholes to exploit their fans here for these VIP packages. I don't know if this was common before Gene Simmons, but I'm pretty confident JoJo saw that from Gene and said,
Definitely.
I want to do that. Like, I feel like that's where this spawned from. That's just a hunch, though.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Hold up. Hold on, I'm
just get an exclusive backstage
Anyways, I'm sorry, but is that a claw machine with all just all plushes of Charlie? Bro,
That's just a hunch.
wait, wasn't this like back there before? Or something? No, that was always there. There was something that used to be back there. I don't even remember what it was.
Then we're doing another one where you just get an exclusive backstage tour. We're doing this fun thing where you get a little bit of show memorabilia. So there's different.
My sweaty panties that I wore on stage. Your channel will gain million subs, bro. But you're too. Bro, what is with these people? What is with? Go back to your timeline, please.
Show that we will replace every night.
You guys don't have to go back. Go back to your timeline. Anyways. Can you future people get out of my jet? I get it. I'll be rich and famous in the future.
So
I already knew that.
To those top tier, we're calling them dream guests on my show, like dream guests.
Dream guests. Not the dream I destined myself for.
On my podcast, but dream guests on my show.
The title makes sense. These are dream guests. These are the most brainwashed drones you could find.
Hold on, gotta make sure the mic's working.
Like,
Dream guests. Okay, mic's working. We're good. What the hell did I just do? Shit. All right, whatever.
That will actually pay you tons of money to work for you for nothing in return. I guess.
Yeah, she would dream to have someone pay for that. Dude, $900 to work is like insane. Like. Sorry. Anyways.
Other than, of course, maybe like some grease-stained clothes that were worn during the performance. That's enough, I guess. But yeah, hearing her describe it, I'm still not sold on the value. Still don't think that's worth 900 clams to go work for free for the JoJo Siwa tour. Now, I got a little curious.
Like,
She is coming to-
like you should have to work. You should be able to work for JoJo Siwa to do all that to get the VIP package. That would be cool, but not pay $900, work, and get the VIP package.
Tampa, and I was
No.
tempted to buy the $900 package just to see what that's like. I wouldn't pay $12,500 to move around Gene Simmons' oxygen tank and get fucking coffee for him while he berates me and demands that I change his diaper. But I would consider paying $900 to help set up JoJo Siwa's song selection.
Are we fucking kidding me? I say, hey, I'm streaming. Can we not make any noise? Come on, man.
And fucking I don't know.
You know what?
sound
That's
check
you know what? That's such a good way to end this stream. That is such a good way to end this stream because we just passed an hour, and that's the goal for every single stream is to pass an hour, and that honestly went by really fast. Yeah. So I'll be streaming again tomorrow, pretty sure. And I'll see you later.